I knew that poisoning Nicholas wouldn't serve as leverage for so long. Although I must confess that I didn't expect you to duplicate the counteragent so quickly.
We were motivated. You were poisoning our friend.
Ah, your loyalty is so touching. Part of the reason why I needed a new form of leverage, which, thanks to intern Emily, I now have.
No, it won't work, because I'm going to call the police right now and tell them that you forced Emily to open a bank account and accept the wire transfer.
Go get security. Tell them to seal the doors.
You may want to rethink that. You see, the American government won't take it lightly if they know that Emily accepted a transfer of funds from, how do they say that? An enemy of the state? You see, Emily is a co-conspirator in espionage, and since she's an American citizen and handled the transaction on U.S. soil, she's liable for treason. A crime, quaintly enough, punishable by death in your country. Such barbaric laws.
The less you know about my plans for Alcazar, the better.
All I'm asking is that you hold off until I can convince Lorenzo to give me my daughter back. It's already starting to work. I think he's beginning to trust me again.
Do what you have to do. As soon as you get Lila back, you'll never have to worry about her father again.
I owe you an apology.
For what?
During the whole Metro Court ordeal, when you and Carly were being held hostage and fighting for your lives, I withheld important information to protect Lorenzo. I just never thought that he'd lie to me. It was stupid and it was naive. Her children could have ended up as orphans because I was stupid enough to protect the man who's now stolen my daughter.
Alcazar knows how to manipulate women. He did it to Carly, now he's done it to you.
Yeah. Well, never again. Turns out Carly was right.
About what?
You've never done anything like this to Carly. And you never would.
I'm very, very pleased by this turn of events. I mean, you're a far more valuable asset than Nicholas ever was, and much prettier.
I've given you a new identity, a place to stay. You're conducting business under the umbrella of Cassadine
Oh,
Holdings.
no
What
need
else
to
do
be
you
jealous.
want?
You were certainly useful in your own way.
I transferred millions of dollars into an account under your new identity. Why implicate Emily in this?
Well, unfortunately, Michael Corintho Jr. and his humanist but very efficient gunmen don't give a damn if you die of poison, but they will move heaven and earth to save Emily from a state-ordered execution. You see, Emily's participation in high crimes and misdemeanors could prove to be a very, very valuable...
Well, why don't you just take the money and leave?
I don't know. Perhaps I like you too much. Till next time.
You've got to be kidding me. We finally have this thing solved. We find the kind origin to the poison, and now this.
Hey, I would have done the same thing if I was in Emily's
I'm not blaming
position.
Emily. It's just we were finally out from this guy's grip.
I knew what I was walking into. It was worth it to protect him.
Except Craig now holds your life in his hands, Emily.
Just set up a meeting for next week. I'll speak to you later. Don't worry, I will handle it.
Well, let me guess. Business associates a little edgy since you botched the hit on Sonny and Jason.
Looking for Sky?
Well, why would I be when you're the one who's literally been calling the shots for months now?
What do you want?
I need information on a Mr. James Craig. You remember the man who was after your briefcase and took hostages at the Metro Court?
No, I don't. But you know, I'm suffering from a brain injury.
Oh, yes, that's
I don't recall this, Mr. Craig.
Well, maybe this will jog your memory. The lab was able to sift through hours of security video footage and managed to isolate a picture of him.
I take it he's still at large?
Yes, he is, and you're our only direct link to Mr. Craig. So, Mr. Alcazar, I would really appreciate it if you could give me any names of known associates, maybe people that he might have called, places that he might have gone.
I'm sorry, I don't recognize
Why don't you try a little harder?
If I could recall, that would mean I'd recovered. And then I might have a serious problem
with you trying to turn Sky against me.
Where were you?
I was at the hospital checking in on Elizabeth and the baby.
That's why you didn't go to Puerto Rico for Bernie? You're awfully invested in a kid that turned out not to be yours, Jason.
I mean, I saved the baby's life, and I saw the kid being born.
Does that mean you're taking out?
No. I'm here. I'm ready to work. What do you need?
Good, because I'm not going to believe this. Alcazar took Sky's daughter. Until Sky gets her back, we'll leave him alone.
Well, it's fortunate that I'm brain damaged, or I might remember where I put that incriminating evidence I have against you, Rick.
A lot of people want you to pay for your incompetence, Alcazar. You should regain a few of those brain cells, or you might not be around to make threats.
Lorenzo. I didn't know you had company.
Yes, D.A. Lansing is here with a picture of this Mr. Craig. Wants to know if we have any additional information.
Well, we've already told the authorities everything that we know.
Well, Mr. Lansing, appears you've wasted a trip.
Hazard of the profession. You just let me know if you remember anything.
Will do.
Rick is no threat.
Well, I have him in check for now.
Well, you have evidence against him. What can he do?
Nothing. Unless the two of you are still conspiring against me.
Lorenzo, I told you. I went to Rick in a moment of weakness after I found out that you've been lying to me.
And now?
Now we are family. Lila Ray's parents. Who can we count on if not each other?
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Where have you been, by the way?
Oh, yet another meeting about Ellen's will. I'll be so happy when that's over.
Well, it's too bad you weren't here. The nanny called.
Is my baby all right?
The two of you out of this now. Emily and I will deal with Craig on our own.
Nicholas, you're gonna need some help.
We're just as invested as you are.
Look, Craig is a psychopath and a murderer. Why don't we just go to the cops with this guy?
Because it's too risky.
Emily is a law-abiding citizen with a distinguished family. The feds are gonna look at her record and her personal history and realize that espionage is ridiculous.
Craig's a lot of things, but he's not stupid. He chose me for a reason. I was with Sonny for months, and he's known to be involved in organized crime. I'm not above suspicion. This is a perfect trap.
What he's doing is taking advantage of the anti-terrorism laws. If the government discovers that Emily accepted an illegal wire transfer and acted as a front for espionage, they'll arrest and imprison her first and then establish guilt or innocence whenever they get around to it.
Well, then we have to play along with Craig until we get some leverage against him. But how are we going to find that?
Well, as I said earlier, I overheard Craig on the phone with some woman that he obviously cares about, or cares about him. We need to find this woman, and we'll go from there.
Are you sure this guy's telling the truth? She could be lying to get you to back off Alcazar.
Alcazar took his own baby hostage to get Sky to cooperate.
Sky not only protected Alcazar, she kept his business running during this whole brain damage act.
I've never had much use for Sky, but I tell you what, you gotta respect her a little.
Okay, we need to take Alcazar out now.
We will. Soon.
Soon, Alcazar could have her daughter for months. We can't wait that long.
Alcazar's weakness is his huge ego. If Sky plays to that, flatters him enough, he'll bring that kid back. And Sky will help us kill him.
You can give Lila the drops twice a day, and you call me. And you tell me how her cold is tomorrow, okay? And just tell her that her mommy loves her and misses her so much.
The nanny, she's taken excellent care of.
The nanny is no substitute for her mother. Lila needs me.
Well, I'm sure she'll be back in your arms soon enough.
Lorenzo, what can I do to prove to you that you can trust me?
Trust is going to take time for both of us.
You are safe with me. I want us to be a family again.
I'm finalizing some arrangements. And then we'll talk.
want the same things as you do, Sky. I want the three of us to be a family.
Look on the bright side. You don't have to pretend you've broken up anymore.
Emily, you don't have to make this okay for everyone else. You're in serious trouble.
We're not going to desert you. So why don't you just accept that we're all in this together?
Thank you.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Okay, go on.
Get some rest.
Thanks.
Can we go home?
By home, do you mean your place?
Yes. I'm not taking no for an answer.
I told you not to go anywhere with him, Emily.
Craig said he was going to kill you, Nicholas, if I didn't go along with him.
That's his game. Always trying to stay one step ahead of us, coming up with some new manipulation. That's what he does.
You're not being poisoned anymore. That's all I care about.
It's easier to be brave when I'm the one that's in trouble, but when it's you...
I'm all right. As long as I know you're with me.
What do you want?
Well, it pains me as well, Carly, but it's police business. I'm gathering information about the hostage crisis.
I really need to deal with this, Jane. I'm sorry.
All right, no. I'll just head on back to the hotel.
Please call me in 5 minutes.
I'll call you as soon as I arrive.
We have a picture of James Craig. We need as many of the hostages to ID him as possible.
Yeah, that's him. And I hope the bastard rots in hell.
Jerry?
No, hang on to the picture. It might trigger some memory of a person or a place that Craig mentioned.
Why are you doing this?
He's a criminal.
Why do you care? Craig's gone. The hostage crisis is over. There's no evidence thanks to you because you detonated the briefcase, so why do you care?
Oh, clearly you are disoriented from the explosion.
Right. You want the publicity. D.A. Lansing catches the man who blew up the Metro Court.
Well, that's a little cynical. Even for you.
You think you can read me? Perhaps you can. We're not so different.
You think so, Mr. One?
No, we're both driven to pursue money and power, willing to eliminate any obstacle in our way.
All you have are hired henchmen and a gun. What are you doing? That was a new shirt. Come here. Let me take a look at you. Ever get the paint on the paper? What is this, sweetie?
Jerry.
I know that you were expecting our mother. Don't let me chase you, Jerry.
What makes you think you can catch me?
Wow. What the hell have you done to your face?
Well, you know, the old one was becoming a liability, so I opted for a new look. I rather like it, don't you?
It's not funny. What did you do this time?
Believe me, brother, you don't want to know.
Why don't you just go ahead and tell me? Because sooner or later you're going to ask for my help, so why don't you just get it out of the way?
No. You've settled into a new life. You have a new wife, new stepkids. I wouldn't dream of interrupting your matrimonial bliss. Enjoy your family. I can take care of myself. Thank you.
Oh. Okay, sure. Stop lying to me and tell me what the hell you've done.